Hello and welcome to Parserr. In this video, we will show you how you can create rules to extract information from PDFs. So the first thing that you need to do is send a couple of PDFs or the information that you want to extract into your inbox inside of Parserr. Once that information is sent there, you will see this little clip that will indicate that there is an attachment inside of the email. So to start creating the rules, let's go to the Rules tab. Inside of the Rules tab, you will see different parts and different information. The first one is to add new rules. We have here a quick rule dropdown and a few pre-configured templates. To extract information from PDFs, we need to create a rule from scratch. So let's click on Add New Rule. The first thing that we will see in our rule builder is the attribute. So we can select from where we want to extract information. In this case, we will use attachments. And we will click OK here. If we scroll down a little bit, we will be able to see a preview of our PDF. In this occasion, we will be extracting information from an invoice. So to start building the rule, we need to click on this green cross and the system will show us this pop-up. If you click on the drop-down, you will find a few categories of rule steps that we have designed to extract information. So we will go to the Files section. And using the arrows at the sides, we are going to navigate through the different options inside of this category. And we will find one that says Extract Page Text from PDF. The reason why we need to extract the information of the PDF as a text is because the PDF is like an image, and we need to read it and extract the text in order to organize and categorize the information that we have inside of the PDF. So let's click on Save. And if we notice, basically when we create a rule, there is always a rule that it's content before and content after. So here is all the text from the invoice extracted. We have a few options. We can ignore the layout, we can keep the layout, we can decide for how many pages are we going to extract, just one or all of them. We have a maximum of 100 pages. If we click in here, we can refine this result a little bit more. So for example, there is a lot of empty lines in here. We can delete them so we can have all the information closer and easier to understand. Let's click on Remove Empty Lines, and as mentioned before, you will see content before rule and content after rule. Now that we added an input to remove the empty lines, if we scroll down, we will see different details. So we can see the company who sent us the bill, the address, the state, zip code, city. We have here the invoice number, we have a date, we have an invoice number here. We have information about who is going to be billed and who is going to be shipped, the information inside of the document. And then we have information about the items inside of the invoice, a few values, subtotals, and of course the balance due. So for example, we have a few things that we would like to extract. The first thing it's the invoice number. So to find the invoice number, first we need to understand our template or our sample, review how's the information being extracted by our tool, and then when that part is done, we can start using another rule steps to filter and refine the final result. So for example, we would like to find the invoice number, and we notice that invoice number is along with the number in a single line. So by adding a new rule that will be in find content unit, we can extract that information. So this one is find rows containing certain text. Let's click on save, and we're going to use this one to extract the invoice number. Always place the input in the middle of the new rule, update, and we will have the content before and the content after the input. We have invoice number 1545, and this one has space that we don't need at the end and the beginning of the data. So we have another rule step that will help us to refine this final result, and it's located inside of a string and date functions. The second option is remove white space. Let's click on save, and here it goes. We have the invoice number 1545 without spaces at the beginning or the end of the data. But our customer would like to have only the number. They don't want this part of the text, the invoice number. That's something that we can easily solve. We can use one of our rule steps that is called search and replace. We click on save. We can select the text, copy that text, place it inside of the search and replace, and we are going to replace it with nothing. You can replace it with other words, with other symbols. In this case, we're going to replace it with nothing. We click on update, and the final result is only the invoice number. We can give it a name. And in case this information is not available and for some reason you don't find the invoice number inside of the document, you can set up a default rule. So for example, if this number is not in here, it will say that no data found. But sometimes when we connect with a data destination, we don't like to have this long word in here. So we can give it a default that will be visible in your integration. When that part is completed, we can save the rule. Let's go back to our inbox in here, and we notice that is in red, our Parserr notification. So what we need to do is select the email, click on parse. The system will send us this pop-up letting us know that the email has been sent to be parsed. We can give it a few seconds. Then we click on refresh, and now it's green, it's done. By clicking in the email, we notice that we have a parsed output, a new rule created, invoice number, and here is the number. This is one of the easiest ways to extract information from PDFs. So if you have any questions about how to find information, how to extract it, you can contact us at website chat that is located in the corner, or you can send us an email at hello@parserr.com. We will be always available to help you with your setups. So thank you for your time. Bye bye.